Ninth day of career tips June gave to me.
Number 9, for all of you working parents out there.
On the 10th day of career tips you gave to me.
I'm giving you tip 2 and not poop.
The 4th day of career tips June gave to me.
Tip number 4, and don't worry, I'm not driving. I'm parked here in my driveway.
Day of career tips June gave to me.
Number 5.
On the 6th day of career tips June gave to me.
8th day of career tips June gave to me.
I'm here with my partner in crime, Chase the cockapoo. Chase, can you say hi? Hi. And I'm giving you tip number 8.
On the 11th day of career tips June gave to me.
Tip number 11. To me.
It's okay, June. I got this. 12th day of career tips June gave to me.
Giving you tip number 12, which is 3 different ways on how to stay positive during a job search.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Build with June's Career Tipmas. Let me know if you could hear me in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm super excited to kick off this holiday season with you. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and I can't believe this month just flew on by. As you can see, I traded my hard hat helmet for some elf ears, because I'm going to be sharing some of I'm going to be dishing out some of my favorite career tips so you can get a head start in your career goals for 2022. Let me know if you can hear me in the comments. I know last week when we went live with Anna, we were having some technical issues. So let me know if you're tuning in. I do see Vincent here. Hi, Vincent. Congratulations on your first LinkedIn Live yesterday with Stephen Liu. Thank you for tuning in. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me, Vincent? Let me know. Yes? Honey baby. Hey, this is Laura based in Arlington, Virginia. Thanks for offering the session. Awesome. I'm so glad you can hear me perfectly. Okay. As you can hear, I'm playing You're Mean on Mr. Grinch, because although the holidays are literally around the corner, like tomorrow and Sunday and Saturday, you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. You may be feeling a little bit of seasonal depression. Maybe it's because you know that after this holiday break, you have to go back to work, and maybe you're not feeling satisfied in the current role that you're in. And you're at this position where you're thinking ahead of what you want to see yourself in the new year. So this is why I'm playing this song. Vincent says that he's tuning in from Daly City. Yay, you can hear me. Awesome, perfect. Well, before we do kick off this Career Tipmas session, I do have a special message from my LinkedIn friend, Mr. Sims Turleson. We've actually known each other now for, I want to say, we've known each other now for maybe a year and a half or so. He's been on a few of my lives last year, but he actually has a special message that he would like to share with you all. So let's see this. Here it goes.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just one thing that I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want to leave my home more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want is for COVID to be through.
Me too, Sims. Me too. Oh, what a lovely song. I'm with you there, Sims. I am over COVID, but it looks like we're kind of dealing with all of these new variants coming our way. We're going to be in this pandemic for some time. So Hopefully that kind of got you into the holiday cheer. But I see John in the comments. Thank you for tuning in, John. How are you today? I haven't been live in a while on my own page just because I've been so swamped at work. But before we go into it, and let me know if these glasses are distracting. Actually, I'm going to take these off because they are feeling a little bit heavy on my eyes. So before we do kick off, I do have some exciting announcements. And thank you all for being part of this journey with me. I've been posting consistently and just sharing my journey on LinkedIn back when I was laid off in 2020 in April, but I didn't really start creating content until I would probably say around June of 2020. And if you're new to my community, if you're new to my page, I've spent the last 5-6 years building teams across some great tech organizations from different FANG tech companies. I am currently a technical recruiter at Meta, formerly known as Facebook. I do want to put this out there as a disclaimer. This live, it has no association with my employer. This is what I do in my spare time as far as giving back to the community. I did launch a career coaching business in lieu of the pandemic because I had to stay home to help my children kind of adapt to virtual learning. So although I am working full time, I still try to, in my spare time, do career coaching on the side, but scaled it back a little bit just because we've just been so busy at work. So this is my way of just showing up and just doing things like this because it fuels my cup. So sometimes when it comes to our 9 to 5, although I love my job, there's still different side projects that I do on my spare time that fuels my soul. So that's why I always encourage job seekers out there, especially too, if you are kind of dealing with the layoff. Actually, I do see my good old friend Gabe in the comments. Thank you, Gabe. He gave me a little shout out and highlights on his daily LinkedIn live stream. He was one of the first creators that I started following on LinkedIn that was doing LinkedIn lives. And I'm a huge fan of you, Gabe. I love what you're doing in the community. So thank you for being here. But let's go ahead and kick off this Career Tipmas session. And before I give some tips here, I kind of want to tell you how this idea came about. Last year, as you know, I was laid off and I invested a lot of time in my career coaching business, posting great content on LinkedIn to help job seekers. And during the month of December of last year, I did a 12 days of career tips video series where I was posting on a consistent basis for 12 days straight. And I'm not going to show you the whole video series because that's going to take some time, but I do want to show you the very first video I posted to kick off that series last year because I do talk about layoffs. I wanted to post about for some time about the layoffs that happened a few weeks ago with better.com just because it really struck a chord with me. And I actually know a few people that work for that company. And it just really took me back to how I was feeling the day of my layoff. And my heart goes to everyone out there that has experienced a recent job loss, a layoff, especially during the holiday season. But I want to encourage you that, whatever has happened in your recent career and your recent job, it is not your fault. Due to some bad decisions that companies have, this happens. It's normal, right? So now it's all about, like, even though you can't control everything that happens to you, what you can control is how you react to these challenges in life, right? Especially a layoff. So I think this video is going to kind of help you get into the mindset going into 2022. And it's going to kind of get your wheels turning as far as thinking of different ways you can stay motivated in your job search, especially too when you're navigating a job loss. So let's look at my first video that I posted on my 12 days of Career Tipmas last year. So here it goes. This is like a new feature that I'm using on StreamYard. So let me know if you can see it in the comments.
First day of career tips, June gave to me.
Number 1, and shout out to my lovely children for singing that beautiful intro, but wanted to dedicate tip number 1 to the job seekers out there that have recently experienced a layoff and are having some troubles navigating through this time. Before you do a full speed ahead into your job search, really take the time to grieve that loss
and invest in yourself and reconnect with the old passions and hobbies that make you happy. Because I was laid off back in April, and before I started doing anything or even started thinking about how I was going to shift my career, I started being experimental and reconnected with my old passions of dancing and acting, and that's when I discovered TikTok.
I know. Here goes.
So, photo shoot. Pause, 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 pause. Ice. Got your shot, elbows.
It's working, mom. I'll just raise my price. I'm a boss. I'm a leader. I pull up with the car seater. I think I got the shot.
Are you still there?
Here's the reason why okay, are you still there, y'all? This is not TikTok. This is LinkedIn. Oh, Jacqueline, my coworker, is tuning in. Hey, Jackie, thanks for coming. Bye, Laura. Okay, the reason why I shared that first video. So ladies that have just joined, I was sharing the very first video of my 12 days of career tips last year. And the very first video, I talk about how to navigate through a layoff, through a job loss. And the reason why I wanted to share that with you is because if you're new to my community, I was laid off for the very first time last year during the pandemic over Zoom. And it was during the peak of the pandemic, like literally a week or two after the Bay Area shut down. And I was going through some anxiety, depression, really felt like I lost my identity just because many of you could kind of relate to this. We tie in a huge portion of our identity and self-worth to the companies that we work for, to the job titles that are on our resume. So when that happened, I felt like the majority of my identity was stripped away from me, because who am I without these companies tied to my name, right? So I was going through, a chapter of depression, and that's when I realized that, I'm going to take this time just to do a little bit of self exploration, and that's when I discovered TikTok. I want to say it was a month after my layoff, and I was just really creating videos. I love to dance. I've always wanted to be a dancer. Growing up, my parents couldn't afford to pay for dance classes, so I wanted to take that time of during the pandemic to learn new dance moves on TikTok. And then it also gave me the opportunity to connect with my old passions that I was doing growing up. So I was huge drama nerd in high school. Did drama club for all 4 years. I performed in a couple of plays. So TikTok gave me that space, that creative space, to really get a hold of my anxiety and depression. It was more of an outlet for me. So when I'm saying this, hi, Maria. Thanks for tuning in here. I know it's been a minute. I haven't been on a live in a while just because I've been so busy at work. So I was just kind of giving an overview of, the very first video that I posted on my career tips series last year, and we talk about layoffs. So what I'm going at with this is, if you have experienced a recent job loss, really give yourself some space, give yourself some grace to grieve that loss, especially if it's happened over Zoom, especially if you've been working at these companies for a while. You didn't have an opportunity to say goodbye to your coworkers, right? So take the time to just sit in your emotions, grieve that loss, and try uplifting yourself by surrounding yourself with family and friends that love you and support you. Take this as an opportunity for growth, where you can learn and reconnect to old passions, old hobbies. And these are things that you can essentially talk about too in your next interview when you are ready to go back to work. You could say, I did. And I also want to talk about this too, because I've had a few people reach out to me on LinkedIn, on TikTok, asking me, June, I've just experienced a job loss, or there's a big gap in my resume from 2020 and I still haven't found work. How do I address these? Actually, let me put this here just so we can keep track here. How do I talk about my layoff and my job loss during my interviews, during my recruiter screen? So I want to do say that because of the climate that we're in with the pandemic and with these companies doing mass layoffs, there's no stigma around layoffs anymore. I mean, it's sad to say, it's pretty normal now in this climate that we're in. So it's all about how you address the layoff in the conversation that you're having with the interviewer, with the recruiter screen. Say, yes, unfortunately, I was part of a layoff. There were some things that happened at my current company where they had to do some budget cuts. And unfortunately, I was one of them. It wasn't based on performance. This is what I said. It wasn't based on performance. And I was one of many that was laid off due to some budget cuts of the company, due to the impact my company has received from the pandemic. However, I'm going to tell you exactly what I've said in my interviews. So, however, despite the layoff, I was able to launch a successful career coaching side hustle, and I conducted over 25 plus workshops for boot camps for community colleges, have helped over 40 people, coaching them individually by helping them with their LinkedIn resume interview prep, and created content on LinkedIn where my posts have received over 2 million views. So where I'm going at with this, it's all about how you react to these questions and how confidently you can respond by just saying, instead of focusing on the layoff, talk about what you've been doing during that time of your layoff. Talk about the different skills, certifications you picked up during your job search. Talk about, the fact that you're giving back to your community, you're spending some time volunteering, right? So it's all about how you articulate, what you've been doing during that time frame as far as your layoff, or even times that you've taken some time off to raise your child. If you had any like family issues or family members that were dealing with a sickness, right? So it's all about how you actually say it. That will like really tell your story, right? Okay, I'm catching up the comments here. Oh, awesome, Maria. She's Maria, one of my LinkedIn fellow Filipina sisters. Kumusta ka, Maria? Here I am trying to speak Tagalog on LinkedIn Live. Maria is doing a plugin. So the housing and community development is expanding. Check out the state of California's website for open positions that you qualify. Awesome. Amazing. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, can you all see me? I'm here. Can you all see me? I think everyone's here. Let me comment here. Can you see me? Let me know. Oh, yes. Maria says, what productive ways you have been doing a while away from the workforce? That's a great question. Okay, let's go on to the next topic here. So let's talk about the importance. Oops. Sorry, I haven't been on live. Oh, awesome, Vincent, you do see me. Okay, great. Okay, now let's go on and talk about the importance of having a job search routine, and also the importance of having some career clarity, especially too if you've recently experienced a job loss. And maybe this is a good time for you to start rethinking and reevaluating careers. Maybe you don't want to go back into sales. Maybe you don't want to go back into project management. Maybe you have always had an interest to being an engineer or learning how to code, right? So take this time to kind of reevaluate where you want to be in the next year or so. And then this might be a good time for you to invest in yourself by taking new courses that's going to help you pivot into new industries, right? So that's something that I did too, is I really took a whole year off from working. I was not working technically for a company, but I was still working for myself with my career coaching business. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't want to go back to work right away. I really wanted to take the time to figure out what I really wanted to do in my career. And so what I did is spent the majority of 2020 career coaching people, hosting workshops, created a LinkedIn course, created actually a full-on 10-week career coaching program. And by doing that, all of those things that I've never done before kind of sparked the wheels in my head, um, about thinking about different career paths that I wanted to take, right? So also that expanded my skills and knowledge. Um, so if you're at a point where I'm going with this too, if you're lacking career clarity, take some time to experiment, maybe have informative chats with people that are in positions that you are kind of thinking of pivoting into. LinkedIn's a great place for you to network with people, and have exploratory chats, right? If you've always had an interest in engineering, you can talk to Vincent here. He's an engineer. He's been doing it now for some time. I think Vincent, you said 10 or 15 years. So LinkedIn's a great place where you can literally find anyone from all of these companies that you want to work for, um, by from like a short click of your keyboard, right? Just sending them a LinkedIn request, engaging them in the comments. Yeah, always ask for help. That's why I say try to build your community with accountability partners. And then once you do narrow down your job search strategy and say, hey, I'm gonna give you an example. One client that I worked with last year, she was majority of her career was in retail sales. And prior to her leaving her last company, which was a bank, it was actually, I believe, a Bank of America, and she was a relationship manager. But she's always had an interest in working in the tech space. Let me drink some water because I'm talking a ton. Okay. Let me know too, y'all, if you have any questions. I'm going to play some background music just because I like a little background music when I'm teaching a lesson here. Okay. So she was working in retail banking, and she wanted to pivot into tech. Didn't know how. So this is what we did together. We looked, and this is what I preach all the time on LinkedIn and on TikTok. If you are in a place where you want to make a move and don't know how to leverage those transferable skills, let me put this right now, just so actually here. How to, y'all, I'm a one-woman show. I do all of my streams by myself, so I don't have a producer. So let be patient with me here. I'm trying to put a tag here. How to leverage your transferable skills. Okay. Just in case anyone tunes in when I'm talking about this topic here. Did I spell this right? Yeah, okay. How to leverage, oops, no. How to, sorry, y'all. I'm all over the place today. How to leverage your transferable skills. Okay, it is not working with me today. Okay, how to leverage your transferable skills. I'm just going to go for it. It's all about taking action, right? Messy action. So, how to leverage your transferable skills. So, what you need to do if you're looking to make a pivot into a new career, take a look at your resume, reflect on your past experience, narrow down the technical and soft skills that you enjoy using the most, right? So, for my client, she was working in the bank. She really loved the training aspect as far as demoing the different technical platforms or apps, like mobile banking apps, desktop apps that helped her clients manage their finances, right? She loved the demoing piece. She also loved the customer relationship piece, like really building those relationships, fostering those relationships, discover and asking like qualifying questions to understand her customers' pain points and how she could leverage different banking products to help grow her clients' portfolio, right? So those are all of the things that she really loved doing. I'm narrowing it down to customer relationships, relationship building, technical platforms as far as helping her clients get educated on the different tools and banking products that they can use to diversify like their financials to essentially like grow their finances and income. Those are like the 2 or 3 things that she really enjoy doing. So when we were in a position where we wanted to explore different positions in the tech space, we came across a role called the customer success manager role. And these roles in the tech world, what they tend to focus on is not the sales piece, but once like a sales developed representative gets a new client, signs them up for a new product that the tech company is offering, then that customer success manager is going to take that relationship, manage it, foster it, deepen it, but also helping onboard that client and help educate that client on how to use the different technical and product skills that the company offers. So that role was a perfect role for her. And now she's actually been working at a tech startup, I want to say for the past 6 to 8 months, and she's been really, really enjoying it. Had no experience in tech, but because she was able to leverage her transferable skills as a relationship manager in the tech banking industry, she was able to market herself as a customer success manager and then interview for multiple roles. She actually landed 2 positions and 2 offers. And essentially, she chose the offer that was going to be best aligned with her career goals. So, where I'm going at with this is yes, absolutely, you can break into the tech space with no current or prior experience. It's all about identifying those transferable skills and learning how to market yourself for the positions that you want to be in. So, let me know if that makes sense, y'all. Can you hear me? Also, I love Vincent. You are connecting with Aria. Am I saying that right? I'm here to help the community. I guess I can provide any recommendations for friends and colleagues who want to get into tech. DM me. Yes, please DM Vincent. Vincent also just launched his tech boba chats yesterday with Steven. So connect with him. But yeah, so okay, awesome. Let's all move on to the next topic here. And it's the importance. Let me get my banner here. The importance of creating a job search routine. It froze there. Okay. If all you're doing on a daily basis is applying to jobs, that could be a little bit mundane, be really boring. You got to sprinkle a little bit of fun and change up your routine a bit. So create a routine. So this is actually when I was doing a ton of career coaching with clients, I created a schedule. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see this, everyone? Comment and let me know if you see. But this is a schedule of what your typical day should look like. And I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of breaks it down to like at 7:30 a.m. You before you apply for positions, before you go on LinkedIn, wake up and do something for you. Workouts, meditate, journal. Research shows that working out early in the morning helps you not only meet your fitness goals, but it can get you more energy during the day. 8:15 shower time, cool off, and ponder on what you really want in life. Breakfast. You don't have to do like follow the schedule, but this is more of an idea. And then 9 a.m. from 9 a.m. to 12, search and apply for jobs. Make sure your resume is up to date. Have a custom cover letter for each role that includes relevant information. 12 to 1, take some lunch. 1 to 2, search and apply to short-time jobs. Spend an hour each day applying for jobs that can hold you over while you find something more sustainable. I want to touch on that too, as far as contracts. I have experience working as a contractor. I want to mention too, just because a ton of people in my community here on LinkedIn and on TikTok, they want to break into tech. And I do want to mention that working in contracts, if you could go away with not having benefits. However, the staffing agency that I worked with, called Nelson Staffing, I worked with them, and our client was Google, so I had the opportunity to contract with Google, and that was actually my first tech position with Google, and it was an amazing experience. And contracting is such a great opportunity for you to get your foot in the door. And when it comes to contracts, a lot of tech companies, especially large FANG tech companies, they use contingent staffing to help with projects. Sorry, I'm drinking water here. I've been talking a ton. Okay. Tech corporations, large FANG tech companies, large Fortune 500 companies, they have products, they have short-term projects that could take a year or two. So if they don't have the budget to hire full-time employees, what they do is partner with staffing firms to hire contractors. And usually these contracts tend to be long. It could sometimes be at least 6 months to a year. My contract at Google was about a year, but because of my performance, it got extended to another year. And although, I was really enjoying my time there, I did leave my contract early because I had an opportunity to join a great startup called Wish. So where I'm going with this is contracts are a great way to break into tech, especially if you are in a position where you could be okay without benefits. However, the staffing agency that I worked for, Nelson Staffing, they did offer benefits with their company. So yeah, I touched on that because in the schedule, it talks about slating some time in your schedule, in your week, to search for short-term jobs or even freelance jobs, if that's something that you could be open to and flexible to. From 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., learn a new skill. Have a look at an online resource for learning or to improve your skill. Try courses that will help you obtain skills you would need in your career. 3 to 4 p.m. network. It's so important, especially if you want to pivot into the tech space. Try to network as much as possible. And here's something that I want to also encourage people to do, because I get tons of messages from people that want to work at Meta or Facebook. Is yes, you can message the recruiter, but if I were you, I would highly recommend going directly to the source and say if you want to be an engineer, like Vincent here, if you want to be a social media manager, content strategist, account manager, what you need to do instead of reaching out to the recruiters, because recruiters, and I think a lot of people don't know this, recruiters are actually tied to specific areas. They're specialized, right? So for me, I specialize in hiring and supporting UX researchers, right? And I have been recently getting messages from people asking me, "Oh, can you pass my resume for this HR position?" And I don't have enough time in the world. I work full time, and my focus area is UX research. So thank you for everyone for reaching out to me on LinkedIn, but I'm dedicating my time at work to focus on UX researchers, right? So where I'm going with this is recruiters do receive, especially recruiters from large FANG tech companies, they do receive hundreds of messages on a weekly basis. So the likelihood of that recruiter to respond to you is not going to be as high compared to if you reach out directly to the source, directly to someone that is working in the position that you want to apply for. Go on LinkedIn, try to find account managers, engineers at Google, at Facebook, at Microsoft, and try to network with them. And because these companies pay employee bonus referrals. So if you start fostering a relationship with these connections, then they may be open to referring you to their companies. So do that and create that and make that part of your routine when it comes to adding networking to your schedule. Okay. And then I also say from 4 to 6 p.m., relax, take a break from your job search. It's a job in itself to look for work every day. So take a break. And let me show you this right here. Okay, this is also a good snapshot of what your week should look like if you are looking for jobs full time. So on Monday, make a list of companies and roles that you're interested in. And then the next day, try to fix your resume, to tailor your resume to each of those positions. So I don't want you, Mindy, one of my LinkedIn connections, she posted TikTok, and she was talking about like how you shouldn't spray and pray your resume, meaning using your same resume for different positions in different companies. If you want to be seen, if you want to have an opportunity, it's going to take more time on the front end to tailor your resume to the specific role that you're looking for, because those recruiters, they have those intake meetings with hiring managers. They ask hiring managers, if I'm scanning and reviewing resumes, what types of technical skills should I be looking out for, right? What kind of impact do you want to see in these resumes? And what that does, it gives that recruiter kind of like a lens that they put on to see when they're scanning resumes, to see if candidates have what they're looking for. And I also want to touch on this too. I'm just giving you so much gems today, so many gems. So when it comes to technical skills and keywords, yes, it's important. I actually just created a TikTok about this. Yes, it's important. I actually want to show this to you right. Words, but those keywords and technical skills won't mean anything if you don't provide context. So you want to provide context. Let me show you how. Let me know if you can see this. I'm going to show you a TikTok because it breaks down a formula here. If you're not following me on TikTok, please do. I post there during my lunch, during the early mornings when I'm not. It's just a creative outlet for me, and I just love helping my community. So I posted about this yesterday. Can you see this? These companies. I know what you're asking. What are recruiters recruiting for these companies? I know what you're asking. What are recruiters really looking for when it comes to resumes? Well, yes, keywords are definitely important to have on your resume, but what are they without context? For example, if you use something like Excel, what are you using that for, and how are you making an impact? Okay, I want to show you that. Okay. Okay. How do I pause this? I don't even know how to pause this. Okay. I wanted to show you this. Okay. Do you see this formula right here? This is what you should do on your resume. Action, verb with skill and metrics equals impact and result. So I talk about, say, if you are using Excel, if you're using SQL, if you're using any type of technical skill, SAP, Salesforce, how are you using that current skill in your current position, and how are you making an impact? So let me know if that makes sense. Do you guys see that? Oh yeah, it says you need to spend effort to tailor a resume to stand out. Yeah, absolutely. That is true, my friends. Okay. All right. What else, y'all? Let me know if you have questions. I'm going to take a sip of water here. I'm going to have to get off in a bit because I have to finish my holiday shopping. But yeah. Let's see this real quick. Okay. I want to make sure I cover everything here. And then on Fridays. So yeah, this is a Wednesday. I was talking about resume. So on Monday, if you are making a list of your dream jobs, your dream positions that you're interested in, then on Tuesday, what you should be doing is narrowing down maybe 2-3 different types of positions you want to apply for, and then try to tailor your resume to fit those roles, right? And then Wednesday, try to add a little bit of networking in your routine by reaching out to people that work at these companies that you're applying for. And then on Friday, enjoy your time off from work. Sorry, Selena, I'm on right now. She was going to try to join, Selena, my live. Okay. I have to bag to hold all these gems. Yes, please. Bag these gems, Vincent, so you can share with your community. Please do. Okay, so those are my tips, y'all. I do have some exciting announcements that I want to share too. Let me actually take this off. Okay, so some exciting news happening for 2022. I am launching an ebook that I have been working behind the scenes. I have an amazing team that has been helping me fine tune the last edits of my ebook. Shout out to Vince. Shout out to Valerie Mecki, Lynn Nguyen, and then Danielle. I don't know what Danielle's last name is, but they're all helping me kind of finalize my ebook, and it's going to be ready to launch in the new year. So stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be launching a monthly newsletter here on LinkedIn. Ooh, I see someone. Oh my goodness, y'all. We have a special correspondent tuning in from Las Vegas, Miss Selena, my LinkedIn BFF. I think she might be sharing some quick updates on LinkedIn right there on the Vegas Strip. Where did you go? Oh no, I don't know where she went. Let me text her real quick. Where did you go? Hold on, she wanted to come on by. I don't know where she went. Okay, I'll wait for her. Okay, I'm launching a newsletter. And then also, I'm going to put this in the comments here. If you want to get a head start in your job search for the new year, please go ahead and download my 5 game-changing strategies checklist. This covers some of my favorite tips on resume building, networking, how to level up your LinkedIn, the importance of making recruiters your BFF. And then also it shares some tips too if you just recently graduated and don't have enough experience. So go there and download it. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this in the comments here in case you want to download it, give it to some friends, family members who are looking to make some moves in the new year. Okay, please download my free checklist. Here. I don't know where Selena went. I wanted her to stop on by. Where did you go? I'm going to hang on here before she comes. Let me know if you have any questions, y'all. Please let me know. And then I'm also going to put my TikTok here. If you want fast, actionable, entertaining, yet educational career advice, head over to my TikTok page. Check out my TikTok, which is right here. Okay, I'm gonna give it a minute before she comes. Selena, if you're watching, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Let me know if you can still come in. Bye. If not, no worries. It's all good. Maybe I'll see you next week or in the new year. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I know we're getting ready for the holidays, so if you're watching the replay, let me know. Make sure to download my free checklist here. So my ebook that's launching next year is all kind of expanding in depth in these areas as far as resume building, networking, and then how to network with recruiters. Am I still on? I am. Okay. All right, Selena, where are you? Are you coming or not? If not, I'm gonna head on off because I have to get my kids. I dropped off my kids on the street just so I can do this live and so I can wrap their presents for Christmas. But yeah, everyone, thank you for tuning. I don't think she's coming in, so stay tuned for my monthly newsletter. I'm probably most likely going to put the first mini edition next week to show my reflection of this year. This year was a huge year for me personally, professionally. And then starting next year, I'll be doing monthly newsletters. Oh, thank you so much, Lara. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with everyone. Highly appreciate it. No, thank you for tuning in, especially to the day before Christmas Eve. Really appreciate that. I don't think she's coming, Selena. I think she had some technical issues. But thank you, everyone, for coming to watch this live. If you're watching the replay, I really appreciate you all. I hope you all have a great holiday. Enjoy your time with your loved ones. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. If you are in the Bay Area, stay warm and stay dry. It's going to be raining all week. And then stay tuned for my first edition newsletter next week. And we will see you soon. Selena, I'm sorry you couldn't join, but I know you're enjoying Vegas. You're probably on your way to breakfast. But thank you, everyone. I really, really, really appreciate you. So fortunate for this community. I have nothing but gratitude. Thank you, Vincent. You too. Happy holidays to you. Take care, everyone. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Now this for everybody fighting through the pain and the pressure. You know life will try to test you, but you promise not to give up for your mama and your sister, and your brother and your cousin, everybody else that's with you. You the one that's gonna deliver like Amazon Prime. Always on time, yeah. Even when it's looking bad, I never stop trying, cause I've been stressing, I've been crying. My depression had me blind. Sometimes I can't see the signs, but I keep going, I ain't lying. This for everyone that's grinding for their kids, you're not alone. This for every child that promised they gon' buy their mama home. For all my 9-to-5ers going hard to make that green clock out, then you just go harder, cause you still got chase that dream. For